Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Wolverines will put total leather to crank us up. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The offense set for a first down play. He'll start this drive firing. A little screen to the running back. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks, and you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses every year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be there.
Running toward the tape. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Just a short pass to the tight end. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. The colors of the day were maize and blue when Michigan won a close one last year.
It was Ohio State leaving the stadium feeling blue after that one, too. The way that Michigan enforced their will late in that game. They were the most physical team when they needed to be, and David, they're going to have to do that again to pull out this double.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're the coach at Ohio State and you've won every game on your schedule, but you lose to Michigan, it's an unsuccessful year. So he's heard about it all offseason, and these players have too. And they'll be ready for some revenge.
Give to the running back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Dances away from the heat. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Dropping back, it's Howard. They're working that left side. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker, it's Scott. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
They'll throw it on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Lets it fly. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Finds him out of the backfield. Got room at the 35. He's loose on the right. Past the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being
just destroying his way through the field. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking for a man. It's Warren. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the catch. It's Edwards. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. The sure hands. It's Edwards. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And there is no question they should just keep letting this guy throw the ball. He's 5 for 5 on this drive. They've only run 5 offensive plays, and he's already got him down here by the goal line. Let him keep chucking.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fourth and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. He's got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver, because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Howard. Getting some heat. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Can't get him to the ground. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Running to the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Back to pass, it's Warren. Quickly out to the tight end. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's a statement by the defense. Offense is trying to get physical. They're running power. They're pulling the backside guard, and you blow the play up in the backfield for a loss.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They'll go right back to him. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Looking downfield, it's Warren. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Toss sweep to the right. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
A little bit inside, a little bit outside. Nice job. Hey, keep him guessing, right? You run it up the middle to keep him honest. Now toss it on the perimeter. Make them set the edge on the outside with their defensive ends. They don't do a good job here. Nice positive gain. Now let's go get 7.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football, so good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back, finding his crease.
And this is the chance for this offense. A 1st and goal, 4th quarter, trying to tie the game up. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. 2nd and goal for the offense. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for 2? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
Looking for the 2-point try. Motion from the offense. Looking for a man. It's Warren. Firing to the right, complete. He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Man, they wanted that lead to go for it, and it paid off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range.
Correct. Don't take the sack. Don't get a negative.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Quick strike complete. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Got it on the outside. It's Scott. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. He'll come out throwing on first down. Finds the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Coming after him. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Now on second down after the incompletion. Looking downfield, it's Howard. He lobs one high down the left side. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sidelines. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And, David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass, using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
Sweet feet on the move. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Quickly complete. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that deep.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown Wolverines. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they
brings it down on the right side. Off he goes. Touchdown Tigers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense getting set for first down. On the run, it's Edwards. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Right back to the well. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. With the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block, but boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there, the defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense is not fooled, attacking downhill. Nobody's getting knocked off the football, and the defense is not allowing them to run the football right up the gut on it.
To throw, it's Warren. They're bringing heat. It's complete to the left. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going to the running game. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He's got it again. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
Yeah, no matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. The give to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the...
Afterburner's coming. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got his man quickly. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Back to throw, it's Warren trying to get to him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. Never a doubt. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's Warren. Picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. First down here for the offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. Time to take a shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that first down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot of maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, Great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. The give. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Let's go! Trying to punch it in. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
That is add the insult to injury. Running the football late. Could have taken a knee. Could have ran the clock out. But those stats count. Those stats matter, and this handshake with the coaches might get a little more interesting.
Looking back on it, this game probably falls precisely into the definition of a trap game. Trap was set, sprung, and the underdogs come up with the win.
And that's why we go, you know what? I don't take your rankings. I'm not worried about your rankings. They don't matter to me. We're going to go out and beat this team. We're better than this team. A lot of time those rankings